What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, droidlife.com. What we're going to do today is show you our quick review of the HTC Droid Incredible, which we got a hold of last week, which was released on Verizon Wireless last Thursday, and we've had, 4 or 5 days to play with it a little bit now. And we just want to give you guys an overall impression. This is not going to be a full head-on review on specs and all that stuff. People have already done those. We just want to give you guys our overall impression of it. If it's a good device, crappy device, if it's worth it, if it's worth swapping your Droid for, if, whatever. We just want to give you, our opinions on it, and hopefully that means, a little something. Anyway, here we go. Droid Incredible. I've heard a lot of people talk about the weight. They think it feels plasticky and cheap. I will say that I love the feel of this device. It does not weigh 8 pounds like other devices, including Mr. Motorola Droid does. And I know that has to do with the keyboard, and it's made of all metal and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love the feel of this Droid also, but I really love the lightness of this device. Okay, obviously it feels plasticky because it's made of plastic, so I'm not really sure what everyone's coming from there, but overall look, this back battery piece is, sort of interesting. It gives it a little different look. It's cool, whatever. The screen in the front, I do obviously love the look. It just is really smooth, shiny, black. It's got the optical trackpad, it's got your soft keys, it's got the little hint of red up there. It's a very nice device. You got your rocker switch on the left side, 3.5mm jack, power lock on the left side. There's your 8-megapixel camera with the dual LED flash. You got no buttons on this side, including no camera button, which is sort of weird, but they let you take pictures with this optical trackpad, so no big deal. On the bottom, you just got microphone. So overall, like I said, the feel of this device, it feels really nice, okay? But like I said in a previous video, this little case right here makes this feel 10 times better though. I like the feel of it by itself, but you put this little silicone case on there, and seriously gives it just a little extra width, a little extra weight, and it's like the perfect feel for a phone anyway. So anyway, that's overall impression just of the feel of the device, look of it, all that stuff. Let's power up and see what we got here. Powering on. And there we go, HTC Incredible. You notice that does not say Droid anywhere, which is kind of weird. And when it boots to the next screen, it still does not say Droid anywhere. So obviously the Droid idea was thrown in last second by Verizon, and sure enough, it made sense. Fits that campaign, and that previous Droid campaign was incredibly, sorry, that's a cheesy word. It was super successful. So, it makes sense. But you can see there was another HTC thing. And here's Verizon. It still doesn't say anything about the Droid anywhere. So anyway, we'll just compare these real quick. Motorola Droid here, Droid Incredible. You can see they're not quite the same thickness. Get a top view here. You can see that. They're not quite the same size, but fairly similar. Obviously, the Motorola Droid has a keyboard. So you can see right here, though, the camera button, or the camera actually does stick out a little bit. So far, I haven't run into any issues with that. And actually, if you put that silicone case on there, it actually makes that more flush, so then it really hides it. So it's kind of nice. Width-wise, is that width? I'm not really sure. Anyway, they're about the same size that way. You can see they're, about the same size that way. So overall, very nice look. Similar to the Droid, just not as thick because it doesn't have the keyboard. Okay. All right, anyway, let's jump into it. First thing I'll just say right off the bat is this is one hell of a fast device. I mean, this thing screams. Okay, so the number one thing for this device, selling point, has to be the speed and the power behind it, okay? So when you're flipping screens, there's no lag. There's nothing going on here that would annoy you whatsoever. It's even got that little snapback feature, okay? But it's fast. I mean, you flick and this thing flicks. I mean, it just cruises along, okay? So it's very, very, very fast. The other thing you'll notice with speed is if I load up an application and I hit home, even if it's in the middle of loading up that process, and I hit home, it goes right back home. See how fast that is? I mean, it's unbelievable. When I first hit home, I was expecting there to be like a half-second delay or a quarter-second delay, something. There is absolutely no delay whatsoever. It just snaps right back into place, okay? It's unbelievably fast. You won't even know how fast it is until you actually play with it, okay? So it just shows you kind of the future of, where devices are going, and it has me excited to see, the Motorola Droid 2 and the Shadow and all that stuff, because they're supposed to be even faster than this, which is mind-boggling. I will show you the camera, because I want to show you how fast this thing is too. So if we load up and take a picture with the trackball, takes a picture really fast, just hit that and you're ready to go again, take another picture. So you can see it is super duper fast, takes big old 8 megapixel pictures, and you know, you can share in here just like you would on any other Android device. Down here it's got this little cool gallery feature, and you know, you can flip through pictures and stuff in there. So anyway, that's the camera. You will see that the icons look a little different because this is Sense UI, so you can see the internet looks a little different. Also that the camera button, photo gallery, messages, and people, which would be your contacts, those all look different. You know, it's sort of that next theme look, which is essentially just what Sense UI is. It has the Sense launcher down here. To launch your app drawer, you just hit that. It's not the 3D app drawer, but it kind of functions like it. You can see it's got that snap feature too. You can flick through there and it's super fast. Get that to go away. Over here you got an add button. Pops up all your widgets and all the goodies that, you know, HTC raves about for their Sense, all these cool widgets they have. I'm actually not super impressed by their widgets. In fact, I don't think it has, you know, really a ton more than the Droid does, but whatever. I think you can download more and stuff. So anyway, we'll give it up to them. It's got a few more, and it actually has a Twitter widget, so that's always nice. Some other things we got going on here. It does have, like I said, all these other widgets, which, you know, seem to look nice. But what's really my favorite thing about this is when you want to change something on a home screen. Okay, so I'll just long press on Astro. Okay, then it pops up and it looks like this. Okay, so it gives me this green box to showing me that this will actually fit wherever I want it to go. And if I don't want to put it anywhere and I want to put it on a new home screen, I can do, you know, the drag over. Oops. As I screw up that, I can do, you know, the drag over here and it'll take me to a new home screen. But what you can really do is I can just let this go and hang out, even though it's not in a spot, and then I can flick over and change screens. And then I can move it up here and drop it. I don't know if you saw that. I can go over here and drop it on this black space, then I can flick, and then I can drop it to a new screen. It's one of the coolest features I think about this phone. You know, it's such a pain on the Motorola Droid when you're trying to change screens and get it to keep going. This way you can just drop it in a black spot, flick, and you're good. So anyway, very cool feature. You'll see I put beautiful widgets on here, which works. So does the neural network wallpaper. It's got black notification bar. Let's see if I get that black notification bar up here. Looks pretty snazzy. The nice look of Sense is that it is black. It does kind of give a black look to everything. You do have this contact widget, which I know everyone's very excited about. I wish it was for the Droid, but unfortunately it's not. Calendar widget looks a little different. You know, overall, actually, let's show you also the music player, because I know a lot of people are wondering how that looked. Music player is fantastic. These are all the stock music that were on here. I haven't actually loaded it up myself. You can see it's got this flick feature with album art. It's actually a really nice music player, but I haven't gone full review on that yet, but I can say it's definitely better than the stock Droid.